Public comment for salary board?
Lynn Dyer, North Manheim Township. Okay. Let's get back on this Lisa Stevens thing. Lisa Stevens serves as Executive Director of Children and Youth, overseeing children at risk, families, foster parents, etc. This absolutely should be a position of the utmost in public trust and honesty. If we can't trust the person leading the charge to oversee our children and families in the county, we got a problem there. Now, I realize that most of the board members, commissioners, were not aware, you were not even on the board, our two Republican majority commissioners were not even in office when it's alleged that all of this activity took place in 2019. I think, we're not sure. Was it 2018, 19? Did it go into 2020? We don't know. But there seemed to be a concerted effort to sweep all of that under the rug and for the public to never be made aware that any of that ever occurred. Even our district attorney, Mr. Opaque, was never informed. No one ever came to him and said, DA, what do you think about this? I don't know if all of you up there are aware, but if you know that a criminal act has occurred or is occurring and you do not report that, you are also guilty of a criminal offense. So look it up, it's out there, and I would suggest that every single person in the county, whether it's the Board of Commissioners, the county administrator, Gary Bender, Human Resources, were guilty of a criminal offense by not reporting what Lisa Stevens was doing. The public only became aware of this whole situation when sworn deposition testimony was completed and then released to the public in October of 2023. So just last year, the public became aware of this. Why would you want to have a person like that, with that much responsibility, leading up your office, Executive Director of Children and Youth? You ought to be ashamed to have someone like that leading that office. And poor Carl is here every week having to present Lisa's agenda items. I don't blame her. We hadn't seen hide nor hair of her in what, 4, 5, 6 years? Since all of this occurred, she hasn't had the guts to show up in public. Abhorrent, absolutely abhorrent.
And I'll reiterate once again, when it was given to Mike Opaque, it's at the Attorney General's office. Until we get their report back, I don't know what else to do. I'm waiting for Mike Opaque.
I'll address that because I'm the lone commissioner that was on the board when this all came about. And again, an investigation was done through HR and through our solicitor's office, done, and proper things were done at that time. And I can't remember offhand on the penalty or whatever you might want to call it done at the time. Yes, there was, Melinda. I'm telling you, there was.
15 days suspension.
The solicitor's office cannot bring charges against her. It should have been reported to your district attorney, and it was not.
And second of all, her work ethic. I'm going to stand up for her work ethic. I want to tell you, we get quite a few calls of people that are definitely concerned on different issues that might happen within their family, and that's coming from a grandparent to a mother to a father, whatever it is. And I'll tell you what, every time that I call, I get her on the phone to have a conversation, and she talks over with the people and handles that. I also reached out to Carl a number of times, and anybody down in Children and Youth. I want to tell you, that job is not the easiest of thing, and I'm not saying things are thing, but it was handled. There was an investigation done. I'm just telling you, can shake your head all you want, but that's what was done.
You kept it internal. You
That's
never
right.
reported it to the
Well,
district
you know, there's a
attorney's
lot of things,
office.
there's a lot of things that go on, or whatever, someone might make a mistake that doesn't go out into the public every
mistake.
time.
No,
Belinda,
that was
That's it.
concerning.
Belinda,
I'm just,
comment.
I'm clearing up to what you're saying that wasn't done. You were saying no investigation was done. There was an investigation done.
Criminal charges should have been filed.
And Michael Pake was aware of the situation, maybe not, the other part that he was told that he said he wasn't, but I asked if he was aware of the situation, and I was told he was advised of it. Now, I don't know if he had all the information,
No, he
and I'm
didn't.
just going on what I've been told since I've been here, and I do have to say, with children and youth, we do get a lot of complaints about them, and for me, just starting in January, Lisa, Carl, all the people down there have been responsible and receptive to all the complaints that we get about things that go on. I can't say anything about her with her relationship with me starting in January, that she's been doing her job, and so has everybody else down there. When it gets back from the DA's office, we'll review it. When the DA's office gets it back from the Attorney General, if that's who put it in, he put it into the Attorney General, we'll review what their opinion says, and then make a decision from there, I guess. But until that comes back, it's in Mike's hands until that comes back. You know, you wanna go back retroactive, you said, when did this happen, in 2019?
I don't know. Ask Commissioner Hess. He seems
I
to
said
know
I
more
can't
about it.
remember the date.
Yeah, so, you know,
2017.
2017 was it?
No, it was not.
I'm just asking.
Well, if you don't know the answer to the question, why are you asking the question then?
I'm asking when you became aware of it. We don't know how long it was going on. It could have been going on for 2 or 3, 4 years. We don't know.
Well, it's being looked into, Commissioner Hess addressed it, and I'm waiting to hear back from Michael Page. There's nothing more that I can do than that. So let's move on. Is there any other public comment from the salary board?
I didn't have any, but now I will.
Okay, that's it. You can.
Jeff Dunkel,
It's public comment.
So just to follow up on all that, because there's a lot of miscommunication and lack of knowledge on that part. I sat with Mr. Opake regarding this matter and pressed this issue for how many months until action was taken. It wouldn't have went to the Attorney General's office if it wasn't for Melinda and myself bringing this to light and sitting in his office, demanding that it be investigated. That's when we found out that he told us, Mr. Bender notified him weeks or months after this internal investigation that we all like to have here and cover everything up. When that was done and the 15-day suspension, we still don't know, was that suspension paid, unpaid? What days was it? When was it? We have no idea. Okay? So he wasn't notified, Mr. Opake was not notified until after the suspension was given, enforced, and executed. So no, the DA was not notified about this prior to this little internal investigation that was done. So I'd like to know who was a part of that internal investigation, but I guess we'll have to write to know all that stuff. You stated, Gary, and I agree with a lot of things you do, but you said her work ethic, and you comment about that. Anybody's work ethic doesn't excuse a crime.
Right.
She blatantly committed a crime. It's black and white. You have the people that she took advantage of with their pay. It's, if somebody is the greatest worker in the world, it doesn't mean they can commit a crime. We can ask Chief Deputy Butler back there if going in front of a hearing and a judge and say, they have good work ethic, will that be excused? No, it's not. And if, I'm not sure which employees you talk to now in Children and Youth, I can give you, I won't give you their names, but I can show you blacked out names of probably 2 dozen employees in the last 2 years that either left there or still there that despise her and can't stand her the way she treats people. So it's you're not talking to the right people. You still don't know where this typewriter can't be bought for the courthouse. That's how out of touch you guys are with your employees. And Larry said you got a lot of complaints about down there. You're gonna have lots of complaints about that office. It's just the nature of the beast. I mean, Carl can probably tell you. People are getting their children taken off of them and all kinds of things. You're gonna hear the worst stories about those people down there. But I'll tell you what, they have a great group of employees down there. I know a lot of them, and, you know.
It takes a special person to do that check.
Exactly, I couldn't put up.
I couldn't do it.
Right, but I mean, they deserve all the recognition for what they do, but you can't have a leader that commits a crime. I mean, you guys can still take action on this, whether it's, you know, she could be suspended without pay until the investigation's done.
Yep.
I mean, why can't, you know, you let her work from home $20,000, why isn't she being suspended pending the investigation? It's in a deposition, black and white. If they don't have it, I can get it for you. Why is she not being suspended for what she did? It's black and white. If these people came forward, they have all the payroll stubs, they have everything. I don't understand how you can see something black and white and say, oh, work ethic's okay, so we'll let her rob the county and commit a crime. You guys blow my mind with the stuff you do.
Any other public comment for
It's not funny.
It's
Larry,
not funny,
It's
Larry.
not funny.
Listen, I'm laughing at it because he's acting, you can just wave a magic wand, you don't have any procedures or rules or personnel or lawsuits or unions and all that stuff. There's rules that we have to abide by.
And suspend her
And
until
I'm
it's done.
waiting, listen, it was just brought up, Michael Page said he sent it to the Attorney General.
I brought this up for over a year.
Okay, but it was Michael Page said he did it, and I talked to Mike, and he said, and I even asked Mike to get us, I asked him just a couple of weeks ago, how about getting, ask him where the report is on it? I talked to Mike about it, so we're waiting, like, I don't know what else to do other than, do you want to turn down Harrisburg, and
Suspend her or have her work from home
she was suspended.
Clean that out
For
there.
2 weeks.
without anybody else
Okay,
knowing.
it's not a debate. We're looking into it, I'm waiting for the Attorney General to send back their opinion, and when Mike comes with that opinion, we'll act on what that says. Other than that, I can't do anything until we get it back from Mike now. We turned it over to him, it's a criminal thing, that's his office.
You didn't turn it over, and we had to expose it.
Exactly.
It was turned over to him, sorry. Okay, so let's move on with the meeting. Human Resource Officer,
I don't have anything to report this week, Chairman.
okay, what are you gonna business?
Motion adjourned.